I want to ask you something, and I want you to be perfectly honest with yourself. How many times today have you handed your phone or a tablet to your baby or toddler? Just for a few moments of quiet. Maybe to get through dinner. Maybe to get 5 minutes to think. Maybe because they were having a meltdown and it was the only thing that worked. I'm not judging you, not even a little. I've been there. Hi, I'm Dr. Kathie, and I'm a board-certified pediatrician. I've been caring for children and their families for over 4 decades now. I've watched screens go from something families had in one room in their home to something that every single person in a household now carries in their pocket, sometimes even including the baby. But here's what I've learned. What the research is now very clearly telling us, and what I want every parent to understand. Before these habits get established, it's very important to pay attention to what I'm going to tell you. The first 2 to 3 years of your child's life are the most sensitive window for brain development that will ever exist. And what happens and what doesn't happen in that window matters more than most parents realize. Today we're going to talk about screens, what the guidelines actually say, what the research is actually showing us, the habits that are genuinely worth avoiding, and what to do instead. So you don't feel like I'm just taking something away. I promise this is going to be a practical, honest, and completely judgment-free video. Let's get into it. A newborn's brain is only about 25% of its adult size at birth. But by age 3, it's already reached nearly 80% of its size. That growth is driven by one powerful thing, human interaction. When you talk, smile, pause, and respond to your baby, you're building brain connections through what's called the serve and return. Your baby coos, you respond, they react again. And those back and forth moments help shape language, thinking, and emotional regulation. Screens can't do that. They talk at children, but not with them. They don't pause, adopt, or respond to a baby's cues. Research now shows that high screen exposure before age 2 may affect brain networks involved in emotional regulation and flexibility later in life. But there's good news. Regular reading and conversation with parents significantly reduces those effects. The most powerful developmental tool isn't an app or a program. It's you talking to your child. Let me clear up some confusion, because the guidelines have evolved a little. The American Academy of Pediatrics now recommends, under 18 months of age, no screens except for video chatting. Between the ages of 2 and 5 years, 1 hour daily of high quality programming is all that is really and should be allowed to happen. And here's the important shift. The conversation is no longer just about time, but it's about the quality and the context of the material. 5 minutes watching and talking together is very different from 2 hours alone with a tablet. But the younger the child, the less screens offer developmentally. Babies learn from human interaction, faces, voices, pauses, and connection. So when parents ask me what to do, I keep it simple. When in doubt, aim for less. Now, I want to walk through a few screen habits that often happen innocently, but are worth being intentional about. Background TV habit. Even when no one is actively watching, background TV reduces child conversation and distracts babies from play. Turning it off matters more than most parents realize. Using screens as a pacifier. I understand why parents do this, but over time, children can start learning, when I feel upset, I need a screen and I'll get it. Small amounts of boredom can actually help build better coping skills, creativity, and imagination. The educational app assumption about screens. Most apps marketed for babies and toddlers sound remarkably convincing, but children under 2 learn far better from real human interaction than from screens, even when the content is identical. Experts call this the video deficit effect. Social media around babies. Social media is designed to hold attention, fast, loud, unpredictable attention. That level of stimulation is not helpful for developing brains. And children are also learning from watching our relationship with our phones. The just one more episode spiral. Toddlers are not wired to self-regulate around screens. Autoplay and endless episodes make transitions genuinely hard for toddlers. Clear limits and consistent routines help far more than expecting children to stop on their own. The goal isn't perfection. It's being intentional about what becomes part of your child's everyday environment. I promised I wasn't just going to tell you what not to do. So let's talk about what actually helps a child's brain develop beautifully. Number 1. Talk to your child constantly. Narrate your day to them. Respond to their sounds. The rhythm of conversation and human interaction builds language long before they can speak. Number 2, read together from day 1. Babies benefit by hearing your voice from birth, and research shows that reading together helps protect against some of the developmental effects linked to screen exposure. Number 3, let them be bored sometimes. A toddler figuring out what to do with blocks, crayons, or a cardboard box is building more creativity, problem solving, and self-regulation than a screen ever will. And 4, sing, play, and make faces. These simple interactions build memory, connection, and the social brain. Number 5, unstructured play matters deeply. Movement, exploration, and imagination build the support and learning and emotional resilience later on. The truth is this: you are the best developmental tool that your child will ever have. I want to say something directly to the parent who's listening to this and suddenly feeling really guilty. You're raising children in a world filled with screens. They're everywhere. And sometimes screens help you survive hard moments. That doesn't make you a bad parent. What the research asks for is not perfection. It's the intention. Put the phone down during playtime when you can. Turn off the background TV when you can. Small, consistent choices in the early years matter enormously over time. And don't forget, reach for a book a little more often than reaching for a tablet. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be present. And if you're here trying to learn about this, that already says a lot about the kind of parent you really are. Let me leave you with this. The no screens before 3 conversation isn't really about screens. It's about what early brain development needs. It needs you, your voice, your face, your responsiveness, the back and forth of real human connection, the play, the books, the cuddles, the connections. Those are the things that build brains and shape children. Screens will always be part of your child's world. The goal isn't perfection or raising children in a screen-free bubble. The goal is protecting the short, extraordinary window of development that only happens once. If this helped you, share it with a parent who may need to hear it as well. And please subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next one. Thank you very much. Until next time.